Hi, I'm John with Hiker John 316. I'm going to show you how you can make a steel to use to make fire with flint and steel. Some people aren't able to buy one, or they just like to make fire with what they have around the house. So this is how you can do it. First, what you need is a file. You could buy these at any hardware store or at a flea market. So what we're going to do is to take this file and wrap it in a cloth and hit it with a hammer. Your grinding doesn't need to cover the flat area, just the edges and the ends. And you need to round it so that it won't be sharp where it could cut you. You could grind this in your tribal grinding area or on your driveway. Here's how it goes. Okay, at your tribal grinding area or driveway, what you're going to do is to rub the edges on the concrete to make it smooth. This will make it where it won't chip up your rock so much. You want to get the corners smooth so that they don't hurt you in case you hit your hands. And keep going like that. And when you're done, after about 10 minutes, then you should have one edge that's very smooth like this. Alright, in making fire with flint and steel, obviously flint or chert is the best material to use. And if you could identify flint or chert because it will be a shiny rock, sometimes almost glassy looking, and if there's fractures in it, there will be a conchoidal curve to the fracture. In west central Georgia, where I live, there's no flint that naturally occurs here. So the second choice that you have is quartz. Quartz works fine for flint and steel as long as you have some kind of a straight edge here, anywhere from 90 degrees to a sharp edge. And it works fine, but it just grinds the rock away faster. Your last choice is something that almost everybody will have somewhere close to their house, and that is granite. Granite is the most common rock that there is in the world. With granite, you need to make sure that you have a sharp edge, even if it's 90 degrees or slightly less, and understand that it will break easier than either flint or quartz, but it will still work. Now let me show you the difference between the steel that we just made and a blacksmith prepared steel. In getting a spark, what you want to do is to have your edge of your flint, quartz, or granite, and then strike it with a loose wristed blow from your steel, hitting it in a scraping motion. That's pretty good sparks. That's right off of a file. Now I'll show you with a blacksmith prepared steel that you could buy for about $25 to $30. That also makes great sparks. Now, in order to get a fire with flint and steel, you're going to need two kinds of tinder. First, you will need a char cloth or charred punk wood. To make charred cloth or charred punk wood, all you need is a tin box, and you could put pieces of cotton cloth or even paper towel in there and heat it up on a stove or a campfire for about 10 minutes. Turn it halfway through. Char cloth should be completely blackened but it should still be a little bit flexible. So that's char cloth, and it's still flexible. To use this, you put the char cloth on top of your flint and strike the flint, and all it takes is one spark to go onto the char cloth. It will start burning, kind of like the end of a cigarette. It won't burst into a flame. Then you take that char cloth and add it to your tinder bundle. This is what I call roadkill pine straw. If pine straw falls in a road and it gets run over with the car, it gets all fuzzy and flexible. You can make it yourself, of course, in a more natural setting. So I'll put the char cloth inside of that tinder bundle and blow it, and we'll be able to make a fire. So using the steel that we just made, there's my nice shiny edge, nice and smooth. I'll put the char cloth on top. That's one way to do it. Like we say, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Alright, now you can't see it very well, but that's already burning. Alright, and we'll add that to our tinder bundle and provide more oxygen. You know, 3 things are needed for a fire: heat, fuel, and oxygen. I have made fire. Now, I hope that this has given you some ideas, and now what you need to do is to get away from the computer and go get some dirt time, even if it's in your backyard or the local park. Happy trails, and God bless you.